So here we have all of our parts for our build today. First up, we have our body, 3D printed Telecaster body from TK Design or Guitars by TK Design. And then for the neck, we have this flamed roasted maple neck from Guitar Anatomy, which we stained blue, true oil finish on that as well. We also did a cool mica effect with the true oil on that. You can see the full video on my channel. As far as the other parts go, on the neck we have Geiger locking tuners. They're dopamine locking tuners. And then the bridge as well as Geiger. It's a half Tele type bridge. And then we have a Tele control plate with 500K pots in there. And then for the pickup, if you couldn't tell, this guitar will be a one pickup guitar, so we have a single humbucker for the bridge. It is a bridge voiced Alnico 5 blue foil pickup from Q Pickups. So like I said before, the first thing we're going to do is drill the holes for the neck because the neck does not have the holes routed yet. So we can attach that neck to the body. We have a neck plate, and then we can move on to installing the pickup and the control plate. Let's go ahead and get to it. You can see our neck here from Guitar Anatomy. We have no holes drilled yet. It's a roasted flame maple neck and fretboard. We did some cool finishing on it. So let's go ahead and fit that neck in the neck pocket for the first time to see how the fit is. It does look nice and clean, so it should be nice and tight. And it is very tight, like a glove. Beautiful fit. Nice clean edge there and on the other side. So now we can flip it over and go ahead and drill those pilot holes. So to drill the pilot holes, we have some titanium drill bits from DeWalt. We're going to use the 7/64 inch drill bit. So we're going to measure our drill bit a little shorter than our screw here. And we should be good to go. We want to make sure our neck is lined up and all straight before we drill those holes. It's definitely better to clamp the neck if you have a clamp. It's even better to use a drill press if you have a drill press. But today we're doing it by hand without a clamp, which I do not necessarily recommend. Today, that's what we're doing. Next up, we're going to lubricate our screws, and to do that, we have Howard Feed and Wax, which has beeswax and orange oil in it. So we're going to rub that on the screw to prevent cracking or binding, and then we're going to screw it in. Alrighty, now that we've got the screws lubed up, we can go ahead and attach that neck finally with the neck plate, the screws, Howard Feed and Wax, and our drill. We did no neck plate because the routing was a little smaller than a standard Tele neck plate, but the neck is on. Next up, we're going to install the bridge from Geiger, the half-size Tele bridge with brass saddles. It only takes 4 screws to install that, and those holes are already routed for us. Alrighty, let's talk about an issue that we have here. So the pickup from Q Pickups, you see the soldering to hold the cover on here. It's kind of pushed the cover up. And a kind of hump that way, and a kind of hump this way. So we're running into the issue of fitting it in there, because you can see it's nice and square here, but then you get a little bit of a hump right there. So we're gonna have to put this in like a vice grip or something to squeeze it to the right size. Looks like we're making a trip to Home Depot, because I do not have a grip, vice grip, clamp, so here we are. Look what I found. Some weird clamp thingy, and that should, it's already working for what I need it to do. Let me show you. Just got it clamped in there, and then we're tightening it. And we already kind of cracked our soldering. I'm gonna flip it over and do it the other way. Damn. You can see we flattened a little bit, for sure. Yeah, that's doing it. You can even hear it. Flip it over. Not too shabby. SC bar clamp, 4x2 inch, 330 pound. I think we accomplished our goal. We'll just go ahead and put that back. Thanks, Home Depot. because who are you kidding? I'm not about to spend $60 or $140 on a vice grip. My God. Okay, all right, we are back from our little excursion to Home Depot. We went down and did squished that humbucker. Now it should fit. The moment of truth, again. Let's feed this wiring through here. Very nice big routing. I imagine the pickup is oriented this way, and now it'll fit right in there. Look at that. Boom, baby. We do need to put some foam underneath it, and then we have the screws that came with this pickup, but it does fit in there perfectly. Yay, we did it. All right. Alrighty, let's go and get some foam and the screws to install that pickup. We will be right back. All right, we have our foam and we have our screws. Let's go ahead and install that pickup. Looks like we're gonna need 2 pieces of foam, and that's okay because we do have that. Beautiful. Hey, chipmunk. All right, screws. Next up, we can install a control plate. We have here 1 tone, 1 volume, both 500K pots, and a 3-way switch. So we may wire the humbucker to be split in one of the other positions. But let's go ahead and install it for now. Alrighty. Well, all right, next up we have our guitar here and we're going to level that fretboard. So first up we have to tape it all off to protect the fretboard, and then we have some sandpaper and a radius sand block, and we'll get in there, we'll level it all out. We have a marker, we have all the tools required. So let's go ahead and tape off that fretboard. Next up, we're going to take a permanent marker and mark each one of those frets for leveling. So that way when we hit it with our sandpaper, we want to remove all of that color, and then we'll know that all of our frets are perfectly level. Next up, before we commit to leveling, we're going to take this to make sure that our neck is in fact straight. And we have a little bit of rocking, so we're going to try to level that out. So to straighten the neck, all you need is your handy dandy Allen key. And then we'll go ahead and measure again to make sure the neck is straight. Go ahead and tighten it again. You want to do about a 1/4 turn at a time. Next up, it's time to finally sand. And for that, we have a bunch of sandpaper, and then we have a radius sanding block from Stuart McDonald, 12 inches, because his fretboard is in fact a 12-inch radius. We're going to start with 400 grit sandpaper because we have stainless steel frets here and they are very hard. So it's going to take a little bit of effort to level them out, but let's go ahead and tape the sandpaper to the sanding block and start sanding. So we went ahead and marked those frets again with the marker because we pulled a lot of it off pretty early because we had some true oil buildup on top of those frets. Now we have another sanding block, this time with 600 grit sandpaper, and we're going to do another pass over the top to level it out. And there we go, folks. We have the fretboard nice and level. All of that marker has disappeared. Next up, we have another handy dandy tool from Stu Mac. This time the center to Z file. This is used for crowning the individual frets, so we get a nice peak on the top of the fret. On each one of those frets, they've all been leveled nice and flat now, but we want to get a perfect peak on the top of each one for intonation and bending and all of that good stuff. And the centered Z file from Stu Mac is a great tool for that. You go back and forth perpendicular to the top of the fretboard, and it crowns all of those frets for you, nice and easy. But before doing that, we are going to mark our frets again with our permanent marker, so we have a guide to see. And so what we want to do is remove the permanent marker on the sides and leave just a very thin line on top. And now we can go ahead and start the leveling process. Alrighty, we're gonna wipe her down to get these metal shavings off, and then we're gonna polish up those frets. Next up, we're gonna hit it with some micro mesh pads.
No, sir. What are you doing, bro? Excuse me, sir. Sir, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. This cannot keep happening. Come out this way, sir. Thank you very much. I will wait for you. Yes, this way. All right, come out this way, sir. Thank you. There you go. Thank you, sir. Mr. Frog, I am just a frog. I am just a frog doing frog things.
Next up, we're going to polish up those individual frets, and for that we have a Dremel and a polishing bit on top, and on that we're going to put some Blue Magic Metal Polish, cream. So without further ado, let's shine up those frets. First we got to mix that up, and then we'll just use a little bit on the polisher. And there you can get a good look at that shine. Time to string it up. And just like that, the guitar is ready to go. Let's go ahead and get the good old Ernie Ball strings on that instrument. So we're gonna have to squeeze it kind of, Jesus Christ, man. So we're gonna have to kind of squeeze it back together. Maybe we'll put it into a vice grip and get it to conform to the right size.